who's got something they'd like to talk about. Mark, I'll start with you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you don't mind, this is not a question for myself. It's a question for Dee Sadler, one of the Tea Party organizers in rural Kansas. She sent an email this morning with her question for you.
Yes.
Because she can't be here. She asks, please have Congressman Pompeo explain his vote on NDAA. I believe that stands for the National Defense Authorization Act.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
don't know why she's all upset about it.
I do.
Okay.
Or at least I think she does. Let me try and give everybody a little bit of background for those who aren't paying as close attention to this issue. So every few years we reauthorize the entire Department of Defense, the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. It authorizes us to have Marines and an Air Force and a Navy. It's an enormous piece of legislation, and it's different each year a little bit. And as we've created this thing that George Bush created called the Department of Homeland Security, query whether we should have ever done that or not, but it exists. It's now become incorporated into that. There are folks who are very concerned, and this is, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but you have to have a little bit of background. So there are two provisions in there that deal with the detention of terrorists, or folks who are affiliated with Al-Qaeda. One is called Section 1021, one is called Section 1022. Those sections actually aren't very long. They're about a paragraph apiece. There are some people, including, I would guess, this individual.
Dee Sadler.
Dee Sadler. I would guess Dee is concerned about this. There is a way to read Section 1021 that would allow a president, this president or the next one or the one after him or her, to detain Americans without due process of law. That is, that's how they read that statute. I don't read it that way. I don't think that this law creates any additional risk that some president will do that. That risk is always out there, right? A president could do it with or without this statute. The way I read Section 1021, it's pretty clear to me that it does not even apply to U.S. citizens. So the risk of detaining a U.S. citizen in the United States because they have a connection to terrorism, I don't think works. Having said that, we're going to go try and fix it. We're going to go try and take this ambiguity that some folks have identified and fix it and tweak it out. I actually think we will. This actually turns out not to be a Democrat-Republican issue. I think everyone's trying to get it right. So I think we'll fix it to clarify that. But know this, even if we get it clarified, some president someday could do something like this and violate the Constitution, forget some silly law, and violate the Constitution. That's something we've always just got to be vigilant about. It's happened in America before, right? Different times, and when war breaks out, we start doing things that are violative of the Constitution. We've got to be ever vigilant of our rights to liberty and privacy. So anyway.